Now available from Polygram Video. NFL's Feel the Power puts you in the middle of the action and unveils the hidden power of the NFL's elite. The NFL's Greatest Games delivers the play-by-play power of resilience in 2 volumes, the Ice Bowl and Super Bowl III. With NFL's greatest moments, you'll catch the most powerful images of pro football.
Throws his pass, caught by Clark.
It's caught out of the air. Alfredo Harris. Coach Shula has won number 325.
Experience the power of laughter with NFL Talkin' Follies.
Okay, throw a fake ball and keep the real ball in your shirt. You can't use more than one ball. Mom!
NFL Throwbacks brings you the power of tradition and links future stars with heroes from the past.
Lock and load, baby. Lock and load.
Collect your favorite teams and witness the power of teamwork with the NFL official video yearbooks. Collect them all and feel the power of NFL films on home video. New Edge Pro Gel, official sponsor of NFL Team Highlight Films. Edge Pro Gel will give you a shave so comfortable that no other gel or foam can beat it. For a great comfortable shave every day, try new Edge Pro Gel. Save your skin.
Well, the Jets, oh so close today, but their turnovers have hurt them. Because I shouldn't be surprised by some of these weird, odd plays that happen against the Jets.
Is there a mercy rule in football?
It should be. It should be. It should be.
They just got to stick together and just try to fight it as best they can. Best they can. Best they can.
In 1996, the New York Jets suffered through the longest season in their history. They won only 1 game and lost 16 starters to injury. A season that began with new faces and new hope ended in frustration.
You have to wonder on the Jets sideline, are they saying, oh, here we go again?
And I'll see how they could not have that thought pass through their collective minds.
The Jets needed someone who could breathe new life back into the franchise. Someone who could take this struggling team and turn it around. On February 11th, Chairman of the Board Leon Hess announced the hiring of Bill Parcells as Jets head coach. Just a few weeks earlier, Parcells coached the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 31. Prior to that, he won 2 Super Bowls as coach of the New York Giants. With the Jets, Parcells will attempt to become the first coach in NFL history to lead 3 different franchises to the Super Bowl.
I think Bill, every place Bill's been, he's been very successful. I think a lot of people are waiting to see him turn that franchise around. He's working for a tremendous owner in Leon Hess, and I believe Bill will do a tremendous job there.
Bill Parcells is a difference maker. I've always said there are 3 kinds of coaches in the NFL. One you win because of, one you win along with, and one you win in spite of. Bill Parcells is one of the few that you win because of him. He is worth a number 1, a number 1, and a number 1, and a number 1. How many first-round picks have the Jets had over the years that haven't made a difference? Bill Parcells will make a difference, I promise you.
Come here. I'm going to teach you how to do this one time. Now listen to me. This is like playing center field in baseball. You ever play baseball? Here's the deal. Sprint to it. Set your feet, catch the ball.
With Bill Parcells in charge, the Jets are cleared for takeoff in 1997.
Everybody up?
Bill will add a lot of discipline to the Jets. I think he gives them credibility, and I think he can give his players confidence.
When Coach Parcells first signed, it was a little different air around the whole building. You could tell it as soon as they said they announced him to be the head coach. It was a little bit different around here. You just kind of knew things were going to change around.
Bill Parcells is pro football's master craftsman. He builds championship teams wherever he goes. Parcells led the New York Giants to 2 Super Bowl triumphs, then took a 2-year hiatus from coaching. He returned to the field in 1993 to take over the New England Patriots, a last-place team that was nowhere near ready for prime time.
I tell you, we can't play. We can't play. We're too stupid. We can't run the defense we call. I tell you, we're getting our ass kicked. What the hell is that? It's unbelievable.
It took Bill Parcells just 2 years to turn the Patriots into a playoff team. And in his 4th year, he led them to the Super Bowl. In 12 seasons as an NFL head coach, Parcells has taken his teams to the playoffs 7 times. He brings that championship aura to the Jets.
They now have someone there who has a portfolio of winning, who can walk into that room and say, you know, I've been in the Super Bowl and I know what it takes to get there, and here's what you have to do to get there.
Bill Parcells has the knack of being able to squeeze every last drop of ability out of players, different types of players. He has good psychological instincts about that.
Make sure you remind him. I might try something big early. Yeah. Okay? Last time I told you guys that, you forgot to remember. Remember? Now, Jumbo, I don't want you to get nervous because that's not Michigan State down there. That's Philadelphia, okay, kid? Not Michigan State. I know if it was, you'd be real nervous.
Bill Parcells is a winner, and that confidence rubs off on his teams. It may be the single most important quality he brings to the Jets. A team that played well at times in 1996, but just couldn't find a way to win.
Netler back, down the middle, Fryer, catch, touchdown! Up and slamming the ball down. The Eagles have made good on their comeback.
A lot of games that they lost last year, they lost in the last few minutes, they lost in the last quarter. I think having a coach that has won in the past, I think it allows those players to believe they're going to win it in the 4th quarter.
He's going to bring discipline immediately, and they'll be competitive because he's such a competitive person.
Hey, you got them just where you want them. They're ready to quit. We just run for 2 first downs, and we keep giving them a holding penalty. Now get in the game, man. Hey, Ricky, come here. I want to tell you something. Come here. Now listen to me real quick. You cut me enough. I don't care. I'll tell you, you get in a fight, and you get thrown out of this game, you're going home for good, okay? Just so you know. What the are you doing staying 10 yards in the backfield? Get up on the line. Don't you know how much time's on the clock? You almost cost us a chance, son.
Bill has a strong belief in the way that he feels things need to be done. And I think having had the success that he's had and been around as long as he's been around, that things are going to be done his way.
You need to be back here like this, catching that kick over that point, so that when you catch it, you're going that way. See what I'm saying? You're just wasting time. And they're running, okay? These guys come in this league. This ain't like playing Wake Forest.
Bill's all business.
All right?
People are definitely ready to play for him. He'll get the best out of everybody.
To me, I think he's a player's coach. A lot of people say he's not, but he's the type of person, he sits down, he talks to you, and he kind of gets to know a little bit about you on a personal level. But he expects a lot out of you also.
I try to be direct, let the players know what's expected of them, let them know what I'm going to give them as a coach. You know, Ward, you're going to puke. I'm going to be back here with you so much. You're going to be throwing up about every 5 minutes listening to me. My expectations for players are generally pretty high. I'm fairly demanding as a coach. Catch the ball. Don't tell me about that, son. Set your feet. Set your feet. Set your feet. I didn't like it. I'm going to expect them to be in condition. I'm going to expect them to prepare and practice hard to give their best on Sunday. And the ones that do that are going to stay with the program and be the building blocks for it. And those that aren't willing will be put aside and we'll get some that are. Simple as that.
Jets have a good young football team. I think Bill Parcells is definitely going to help that team. I mean, that team should have won 8 games a year ago.
First and goal to go at the 9-yard line for the Jets. O'Donnell turns, hands it to Morrell, accelerates across the 5, into the end zone, touchdown! What an effort.
Don't be surprised to see the New York Jets win that division. Not because of Parcells. I think you'll have a lot to do with it, but if you take a look at that team man for man in a team that they built, they're a pretty good football team.
Neal fires right side, almost picked on, grabbed by Graham up the sidelines. He goes across the 50 to the 40-yard line, 30-yard line. He's going to go all the way if he's knocked off from behind. Touchdown, Graham! Jeff Graham is having a big, big day for the Jets.
In 1996, the New York Jets lost 7 games by 7 points or less. They led at the half in 6 games, only to lose at the end. One of those games was against Bill Parcells' Patriots. The Jets' Adrian Morrell rushed for 128 yards in that game, one of 5 games last season in which he went over the 100-yard mark. Morrell set a club record with 199 yards rushing against Arizona, and his 78-yard burst was the NFL's longest run from scrimmage in 1996. He is only the 3rd back in league history, joining Chicago's Gale Sayers and the Rams' Dick Bass, to rush for 1,000 yards while playing for a team that won only 1 game.
Certainly last season was by far, in my estimation, the coming out party for Adrian Morrell. I thought he was, at that point in time last year, the best runner in the division.
I've been having big games against him, and now we're on the same team basically. So hopefully I can take my game to a new level. I think that I still have a lot to prove in this league, and see where it takes me.
Teaming with Morrell in the backfield is the sure-handed Richie Anderson, who pulled down 44 passes in 1996. The Jets landed the big free agent in Lorenzo Neal, who played the last 4 seasons in New Orleans. At 240 pounds, Neal will add some punch to the fullback position. Roger Duffy started every game on the offensive line the past 2 seasons. Harry Galbraith provides experience at guard, while David Williams and Jumbo Elliott clear the way at tackle.
Tell you what, Jumbo Elliott on that left side caved in the line. He and Galbraith on that left side just caved down the right side of the defensive line.
The Jets had 3 of the top 20 yardage receivers in the AFC in 1996, including Jeff Graham, number 81. Graham scored a career-high 6 touchdowns, 3 in 1 game against Indianapolis. Injuries limited quarterback Neil O'Donnell to just 6 starts in 1996. But he still had back-to-back 300-yard passing games for the first time in his career.
Neil had a little tough luck last year coming here and not being able to participate the whole season. I think Neil has proven that he's capable of taking the team to a very, very high level. Hopefully we can put enough people around him that allow him to function within his own capability.
Injuries crippled the Jets' defense in 1996. Linebacker Mo Lewis, number 57, suffered a season-ending muscle tear in his chest while making a sack in the win over Arizona. Lewis will be back this season, and he'll be joined by free agent acquisition Pepper Johnson, who played last year in Detroit. Pepper was a key member of Bill Parcells' Super Bowl teams with the Giants. The Jets have an aggressive safety tandem in Gary Jones and Victor Green, number 21. Any receiver who ventures onto their turf pays the price. Jones and Green specialize in big hits. And for big plays, few cornerbacks compare to Aaron Glenn.
Marino back to pass, looking, throws for the end zone, and it's intercepted by Glenn, and he's taken off. 30-yard line, 40-yard line, he's going to go all the way. Aaron Glenn, 30, 20, high stepping 10, 5, touchdown. Aaron Glenn.
He was gone. No one was going to catch him, one of the fastest guys on the field.
Defense was the key to Bill Parcells' Giants. And with players like Aaron Glenn, Parcells has the material to build another winner with the Jets.
This is a team that can easily go 9-7 or 8-8 in its first year. And we've seen in this league that you can go 9-7 one year and make a run at the Super Bowl the next year. And I think that the Jets are, I hate to say it, Jets fans, they actually have a chance.
In 1996, the Jets started 9 players with less than 2 years NFL experience. Some are already household names in New York.
First and goal to go at the 9-yard line. We'll keep an eye on Keyshawn Johnson. Lob for Keyshawn, catch, touchdown, Jets!
Good job by Keyshawn. The Jets have taken a 4-point lead at the 2:35 mark.
As the top pick in the 1996 draft, Keyshawn Johnson brought a new sparkle to the Jets. He set club rookie records with 844 receiving yards and 8 touchdown receptions. At 6'3" and 215 pounds, Johnson was not afraid to make the tough catch over the middle. But it was his flair for the spectacular that made this rookie stand out in the crowd.
O'Donnell out of the shotgun, has the ball, gun high for the end zone, jump ball situation. Keyshawn makes the catch, touchdown! Johnson made the catch, touchdown!
Keyshawn is a big player at a position where there are not a lot of big players. And so I think that's an advantage. I think Keyshawn probably was a little too heavy last year in what I witnessed, so I've talked to him about that. And he has already dropped probably 12 or 14 pounds this offseason in an effort to kind of get back more like he was at SC his last year, and we've discussed that. I think he understands that.
Handoff to Morrell, who kicks it to right back to Foley. Foley sets up and throws the deep ball for Keyshawn. He makes the catch. He's in there. Touchdown, Jets!
Defensive end Hugh Douglas is another cornerstone of the Jets' future. In 1996, Douglas overcame a broken ankle to finish the season with a rush.
Douglas was able to get up and make the play, caused the fumble. Huge play. Douglas having a good game here.
Douglas had 18 sacks in his first 25 games as a Jet, the 6th highest total of any NFL player over the same period.
He's a powerful, explosive player. My expectations for him are fairly high. I hope they're not higher than his, but I think that he'll be a player that I think we can help build a fairly solid defense around, and I'd like to have a few more like him if I could get them.
Handoff to Quicken. He fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by Douglas. Hugh is rumbling to the 50. He breaks away at the 40. He has a convoy. He's going to go all the way. 10, 5, touchdown, Hugh Douglas.
You can hear the crowd. The Hugh calls.
Wayne Kravett is the little big man of the Jets offense. The 5'10" free agent from Hofstra had 84 catches in 1996, and his 2-year total of 150 receptions is the most ever for an NFL player in his first 2 seasons. Kravett is a quarterback's best friend. He can find the smallest hole in a defense, and with his sure hands and all-out hustle, turn a short pass into a big play. Kravett led all NFL receivers with 31 third-down catches in 1996.
3rd and 10 from the 21. Jets down 21-15, 1:48 to go in the game. Shotgun formation. Reich with it. Reich goes down the middle for Kravett. Makes the catch. Touchdown!
In his first 2 seasons, tight end Kyle Brady contributed to the offense with his blocking. But the former first-round pick will do more pass catching under Coach Bill Parcells.
Each player that comes in the National Football League has to eventually come to that time where he says to himself, I can be a productive NFL player and contribute. I think Kyle probably still has to wrestle with that in his mind, because I think there are probably some doubts, but from a physical standpoint, he certainly seems to be capable. And hopefully with a good training camp, we'll get him going and he'll be going down the road toward that.
Here comes the heavy rush. Foley back, looks down the middle, now throws it, and it's caught by Brady at the 5. He's into the end zone for the touchdown. So Kyle Brady with his first touchdown reception of 1997. 1996. Getting ahead of myself. He's probably planning for 97 to do a lot more of that.
Under Bill Parcells, the New York Jets are rebuilding in every way. The team is constructing an indoor practice facility and clearing the way for 3 new fields, which will be ready for the 1997 season.
We were the only team on the East Coast without an indoor practice facility. And we have very, very cold and windy weather here on Long Island, New York at the latter part of the season. I don't think practicing outside is always conducive to the best preparation. What I just like to have is a workable, efficient place that allows us to do what we need to do in order to get the team ready to play. And that's all I think we need. And in that respect, the whole organization, of course, Mr. Hess being the leader of the organization, I mean, it's just unbelievable what he's done for us in the short time that I've been here. Give it to him. That's it, Chuck. That's it. Good.
Parcells put the veterans through a tough off-season conditioning program, which he hopes will turn some of last season's fourth-quarter fades into wins.
Get pacey.
He also ran an aggressive draft, which saw the Jets trade down twice in the first round to acquire additional picks. They drafted 11 players in all, starting with linebacker James Ferrier, number 58. Ferrier had 107 tackles and 8 sacks last season at Virginia. Rick Terry is a 6'4", 310-pound tackle from North Carolina. Terry and Ferrier will upgrade a defense that allowed the most points in the AFC last season. Dedrick Ward, number 89, adds quickness to the receiver corps and big play potential on special teams.
You need to be a good returner. We're counting on you to do this. Hard job to be good at it. There's a lot of guys who go back there and just fool around. Yeah, but it's a hard job to be good at it. Sprint to it, get set, catch it. Okay? I've had them all. I had Megan, I had McConkey. All these guys can return. They were good returners, and I'm teaching you just what I taught them. It's coming right eventually. See? We'll sit on its tail. See how it dives? See how it dives? You got to know that. You got to know that. Get back! Get back! Set up! Set up! Good. Score! There you go. There you go.
This atmosphere has definitely changed from last year's atmosphere. Nobody's really harped on the past. There really hadn't been any talk about people, things that we've done in the past, and the way we approach things in the past.
I'm just trying to improve the team. That's all. I don't have any expectations. I don't have any specific goals. My goal, basically, as a coach, is always the same: to try to win the division and compete for the championship. You think you got all the damn time in the world? You don't have it. This ball's coming. You got to get there and be in position, like running a curl pattern. You got to be there. You want to be what? Set up. This is good. This is good. Good.
Parcells brings with him a coaching staff that knows how to win. 8 of the assistants have worked with Parcells before, including backfield coach Maurice Carthon. The staff has a combined total of 15 Super Bowl rings, and that is sure to lift a Jets team that was down and out in '96.
We play hard every weekend, but we just weren't coming up with the W's. And but what could we do? We couldn't walk away from it. We couldn't say we wanted to disassociate ourselves with the Jets. We just had to fight through it. And hopefully now, since we have a new coach, things will change.
Every team in this league teaches itself what it is. No matter what a coach says about the team will eventually know what it is. And that's going to be based on what happens on the field. I would hope that I could allow the team to play to the level that I deem them capable of playing. And if we do that, then I'll be satisfied with the coaching job I do.
New Edge Pro Gel presents the New York Jets' ultimate performance of 1996. In Week 9 against the Arizona Cardinals, the New York Jets caught a glimpse of what the future holds for them. Rookie wide receiver Keyshawn Johnson caught 7 passes, including a 34-yard touchdown toss from quarterback Frank Reich. Running back Adrian Murrell broke loose for 199 yards and a score. Safety Lonnie Young's interception in the end zone sealed the Jets' 31-21 victory.